Another popular cliche that goes with being a Swiss Army knife is the cliche of a jack of all trades, a master of none. That I I used to hear that you're a jack of all trades. That means you could do a little bit of everything. I ain't mastering anything, but I could do a little bit of everything. Now, the one thing I did master was driving a truck, but I didn't understand that I can sit here and say something is the good old boy network. That trucking is an industry and that it's the good old boy network. That means I can still get in because trucking is, at the time when I used to know the number, it used to be like an $800 billion industry, and we just talking about freight moving from the load moving from Philadelphia to Connecticut that move every day. I'm just talking about freight moving. I ain't talking about the trucks. I ain't talking about the maintenance on the truck. I ain't talking about the insurance on the truck. I ain't talking about none of that. It might be about $1 trillion a day with just freight moves, meaning that you could be a broker and all you need is 0.001% of $700 billion. Somebody out there smart do the math. At the end of the day, all you need is a little piece. And that's something I heard when Jason White was speaking. He said that the government contracts was 600 and I don't like saying 666, but he said $666 billion in minorities, which he broke down. Out of all that $666 billion, I just rounded it up. 667 billion. The minorities were getting 27 billion. So that means there's 640 billion left out there. That anything that's considered a minority is everything other than a white male. So there's $27 billion out there that is set aside for minorities. And he went then and broke down what a minority was. So being as though I read, but it's not one of my favorite pastimes. Being as though I'm a visual learner, which most black people are. That's why we are some of the biggest consumers of content in the world, as far as music, radio, TV, internet. We watch more YouTube and Instagram and TikTok than anybody because we're visual people. The ones that are winning are those that understand information. And I like that kid Jason White because he said that he didn't know, so he had to start learning how to build relationships in his report and his delivery. Like for me, I said it a couple of videos back that, man, I was killing. I was, you know what I mean, and yeah, I'm saying, and this, that, and the third. I'm 55. Why am I still talking like that? Because I don't want to adapt. So if you don't adapt, you die. If you don't evolve, you get left behind. That's as simple as it go. So I have to learn how to use my words because my mom used to say, stop being so angry and use your words, Robbie. Use your words. And I'm an articulate fella. When I put my mind to it and say, you know what, I'm not going to do this thing. So when I was in trucking, I didn't realize about relationships. I used to deal with this dude named Tom T. I'm a Tom T. And when I used to talk to him, he used to talk like this. What's up, Robert? How you doing today? What's up, brother? You good to go? And I thought he was black. Then I found out he was white. But he was talking to me because that's how he talked. But then when I would listen to him talk to other people, he'd be like, yeah, how are you? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yes, this is Tom T. I'm calling about the load that you have from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania to Martinsburg, West Virginia, and I would like to know, do you have somebody on that load, and how much is the load paying? And, being as though I realized that the load is just sitting there, is it a distress load, which would be called expedited? I learned that. And I got mad at him because I just walked in, I just met him. First call I made was to some guy that knew him. I had a relationship with that guy. That guy I figured out was the plug. So he would get the work from Tom, give the work to me. So he would step on the work and then give it to me. So he would tell me the load probably paid 3,000, but he would tell me the load paid 2,000 and keep 1,000 for himself. So once I learned that he was the plug, I went around him and went straight to Tom T. But I got mad at Tom T. I got mad at him because I was out working all his drivers, but his drivers was with him for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. As long as he been a freight broker, all his drivers with him. So I had no right to get mad. All I had to do was sit there and soak up that game, soak up that knowledge, soak up what he was doing, learn, and be patient. We don't want to be patient. We want, well, I know for me, I always want what I want yesterday. So when I'm listening to this dude, I realized that he was a younger version of myself. I saw myself in him, and I realized that I wasn't alone. I just been running around in the wrong circles with the wrong people. If somebody ain't talking the language that you talking, you need to get away from them. If you're trying to learn about the trucking business, you need to talk to people that's in trucking. If you're trying to learn about procuring government contracts, you need to turn to people who are procuring contracts. If you're trying to learn about business credit, you need to immerse yourself in learning about business credit and being around people with business credit. Now, being as though I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none, I'm a Swiss Army knife, and I ain't bragging on myself. Because I didn't believe in myself, and I wasted a lot of time. That's going to be a common theme that I constantly push. So now I know what I am. Now I'm here to tell a story for his glory, for God's glory. So information is important. I'm sitting around bumping my gums and worrying about what I could have, should have, would have did. And I wrote it this morning. What I would have, could have, should have did. I wrote it this morning, and I didn't believe in myself, and I wasted a lot of time. So this young man revigorated me. He made me realize that I wasn't alone. I just been talking to the wrong people. So believe in yourself and don't waste your time.